Jasmina, can you come in the video mode? Jasmina, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What were you doing in the morning class?
Sir, nothing, sir. It automatically logged in because of this Google Assistant.
And then later on something was happening, like video on your done some video was on or something.
No, sir.
Just make sure that all these things doesn't happen, Jasmina.
So the video was not on, sir.
There was something, some message came in between, like just your USN number. That time it was USN number, and it is turn on the video or something. Has
So
turn on
I
the
think
video.
so. My this phone is not working that good. I'm going to get the phone changed.
And
I have
whatever
put a
is,
China screen,
yeah,
so the options no.
Jasmina,
So,
ensure that it
so
doesn't
the
disturb the
options.
class.
No, sir. The options it automatically it just comes. I don't know what is wrong with my phone.
Show it to someone.
Actually, I'm going to buy a new one.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm going to buy a new one only because
Fine.
even other apps they just automatically everything comes.
Okay.
So what video had come, sir, in the morning?
I don't know. Something had come, and I called your name also. You were not responding, so I put a message in the group.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. Around 16 of them have joined, so we'll just start the class in another 2 minutes. Okay, guys, you can give your attendance by typing your USN number in the chat box. Please type your USN number in the chat box. Just your USN number, 2K, 19 MB, whatever is the number.
So I can't hear. Sir, you're not. Hello.
You can put your USN number in the chat box, okay, so that I can take your attendance. There was some internet issue, so I was logged out. I couldn't see your chat messages. You can put your USN number in the chat box so that I can take your attendance. Madam, itu internet service. ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತದ ನೀವು okay guys, I guess 20 of them are 19 are present, only 18 of them have given their USN numbers, given the attendance. I want everyone to give their attendance now itself. Later I'm not going to accept that. Okay, there are 22 of you. Please give your attendance by typing your USN number in the chat box. Okay, guys, we'll get started. Just a minute. I'll just load the PPT. Just confirm if you can see the PPT. Okay, guys, just give me 2 minutes. The PPT is loading. There's some. Okay, till the time the PPT loads, guys, can I have all of you in the video mode? We'll have a bit of discussion and then we'll get started with the syllabus. Okay, discussion related to the syllabus itself, obviously. So can I have everyone in the video mode? Quickly come in the video mode, guys, so that we don't waste time. Okay, early morning for some people. 11:30. Ayman, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Too early for you?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Fine. Now the reason to call you on the video mode is because if you remember, I had asked you to select one leader of your choice because we will understand the concepts clearly only when we relate it to a particular example. So I want to know which leader you have selected for this assignment, and you're going to write lots of assignment on this leader that you have already selected. Okay, the same thing, once we have a discussion, the same thing is what you're going to put in the chat box again, so that it is a record that you have selected a particular leader. Okay, let's start with Meghna. I'm going as per the screen. Okay, Meghna, your screen is first, so you're the luckiest. Yes, Meghna, you can unmute.
Okay, sir. So I have the leader which I chose is Ratan Tata.
Okay.
Because of his simplicity and the discipline, and he's a risk the taker. So I guess, like, yeah, and he motivates the employees in that one direction, and he takes the like he sees the employees are the assets of the company. So I guess, yeah.
Okay, great. Ratan Tata. So just do one thing, type it in the chat box as Ratan Tata, so that it is finalized. Yes. Next
Okay.
is Dhanashree. Dhanashree Nevrekar. Okay, I'll call your USN number. That's more better, I guess. Yeah. Dhanashree, yes. Which leader you have chosen?
So still I didn't decide it, sir.
You have not decided.
No,
Now, so many leaders in your life, so that it's really difficult or confused between the leaders now.
sir, no, sir. So I will tell till tomorrow.
Okay. 38, Rashmi. Okay. Jasvina, do not type anything in the chat box right now because everything is recorded. So all these things you are not supposed to type in the chat box.
So the thing is that the
No,
mobile
whether
is
you're
really
purchasing a
giving me
new phone
problem.
or no, that is your personal thing. Do not type it in the chat box, please.
No, sir, I'm just clarifying the issue because even I don't know now what you're talking.
No, it's okay.
The
It's
and
okay
all.
now. Okay, because it would be difficult for us to maintain records if you type such messages in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, Rashmi,
but
go
the
ahead.
phone.
We are not able to hear you. You're not audible.
Well,
Yes, go ahead.
yes, sir. So even I had taken up Ratan Tata, sir. I
Your
didn't
bad
give a
luck.
thought to another leader.
Yeah, you have your bad luck, so you have to choose another leader now, or you can fight with Meghna to change to make her change the leader.
No, sir, nothing as such. I'll look at another leader, sir.
Okay, fine. Swapnil?
Hello.
Yes, Swapnil.
Sir, I have chosen Mahatma Gandhi because of the revolution that he has created,
Okay.
and he has taken. Hello.
Okay. One thing that you need to remember is, guys, these leaders whom you're talking about, you should know a lot of things about them. Okay, you should read their biography basically, so that you can relate it with whatever theory I'm going to teach. Okay, so that is the task. That is how you're going to build your knowledge and leadership. Okay. Next, who is 30? Who is 55? Who is 55?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, Azim Premji.
Asim Premji. Why?
He is he's Wipro owner and he's in IT field, so it is easy for me.
Fine, no problem. Just type. Swapnil, type it in the chat box. Mahatma Gandhi and Azim Premji. Next, 24.
So Anand Mahindra.
Sorry, Anand Mahindra. Have you read about Anand Mahindra?
So not much, but little bit.
Okay, I hope you will be able to relate whatever I am going to teach with that particular personality.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next 06.
Sir,
Yeah, Rohit.
sir, can I take?
Yeah,
Because
please.
it's my favorite.
No, I am going in a sequence. You cannot break the sequence. I guess Ashwini is next.
Yes.
06.
So can I tell? Yeah, sir.
I don't
So am I
know.
audible?
Yes, yes.
So am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So I
You
have
are.
taken Subhash Chandra Bose.
Subhash Chandra Bose. I hope you will get a lot of information
Yes,
about
it's
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Yeah. Yes, because of his revolution during freedom. And one more important example is that as a one-man army, he had formed the Indian National Army, sir, Azad Hind Fauj.
Okay,
That
great.
is the great example for a leadership.
Great. Type it in the chat box. Rohit, now you can go ahead.
Sir, MS Dhoni.
MS?
Because he stays grounded. MS Dhoni, sir.
Dhoni, because he looks like you,
Sir, he's calm.
or you
Sir,
look.
no, sir. Sir, big fan.
Okay, great.
So he stays grounded.
Uh,
And he leads the team front.
I hope you will be able to relate the theory with MS Dhoni, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Next, 34. Preeti.
So APJ Abdul Kalam.
Okay, why?
So he was the president of India, so it proves that he was a great leader.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I hope you will be able to relate him with the theory that we are going to learn in future.
Yes, sir.
Okay, type it in the chat box. Next is 51. Okay, guys, the problem is I can see some of your images. Some of the images are not seen, so I'm just calling out your names or your USN, whatever is visible to me. Okay. 51. Who is 51? Unmute yourself.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Sir, even I had chosen APJ Abdul Kalam actually.
Okay, so what should we do now?
But that's okay, sir. I'll go with some other.
Okay, fine. Next, 41. 41.
Sir, I have taken Steve Jobs.
You had taken Steve Jobs, means you're changing it now?
No, sir, I will not change it.
No. Then you have taken, say you have, not you had.
No, I have taken Steve Jobs.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So Rohan, type it in the chat box as Steve Jobs. Next is Levin. Who is Levin? Levin. 2KL 19 MBA 11.
11 is Rohit. Rohit.
Who's
Taken, sir.
this?
Rohit, sir.
Rohit. Okay, Rohit is done. 55. Who is 55? (26) 55. Yes, go ahead. 55.
Sir, mine is done.
Okay. Who is this?
Sir, Saraswati.
Saraswati. Okay. Okay. You're done. Yeah. Ayman. 26. Not able to hear you, Ayman. You're not audible. 38. Who is 38?
Sir, me, Rashmi, sir.
Yeah, Rashmi is done. Okay, 35. Who is 35?
Sir, I'm yet to tell the reader. I have to finalize.
Okay, fine. Then Jasmina.
So Steve Jobs only.
Change. You have to change it.
Okay, so I'll take Virat Kohli.
Okay, fine. Type it in the chat box. 44. Who is 44?
So can I take others? Mark Zuckerberg.
You can take anyone.
Because-
You have to let me know.
Okay.
You cannot change it later.
Okay. So we have to do the assignment, right, on it?
Yes.
Okay.
So whom are you choosing, Jasmina?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, type it in the
Facebook.
chat box. 36. Zora.
Yes, sir. Sir, Nelson Mandela.
I hope you will be able to find a lot of details about Nelson Mandela. You are a history student,
Yes, sir.
obviously you will get that, right? Smart choice. Okay, I guess it's there in your textbook, history textbook of BA.
No, sir.
No, okay, fine, just joking. Okay, next, who is remaining? Anybody who is Zora, you can type it in the chat box.
Sir, Priyanka is remaining. Sir, mine.
Priyanka is remaining. Okay, Priyanka, go ahead.
Sir, Sudha Murthy.
Sudhamurthy, great. Okay, type it in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Next, anybody else who is remaining, who is not told?
So Ayman here.
Ayman, yes, Ayman, go ahead.
So Jawaharlal Nehru.
Jawaharlal Nehru. I hope you will get lots of good traits about Jawaharlal Nehru.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Type it in the chat box.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anybody else who is remaining? Okay, and one more thing that you need to remember is, guys, you are going to give a presentation about the leader that you have chosen. Okay, it should be a presentation of the leader that you have chosen, and you're going to relate the presentation. When you're doing the presentation, you're going to relate it with the theory that you have learned. It's not just an introduction. Yes, Jasmina, go ahead.
So can I take then Indira Gandhi? Because I don't know much of technical knowledge.
You finally
Indira
decide.
Gandhi, I'll go. Yes, I'm decided, sir, Indira Gandhi. Because
No.
Steve Jobs, I know the whole story.
Do one thing. You choose Rahul Gandhi only. He's a very great leader.
No, no, sir, Indira Gandhi, not Rahul Gandhi.
Okay. Now finalize, because you
Yes,
cannot
100%.
change it. You cannot change.
No. So it was Steve Jobs actually, but then someone else had taken it, so then I had to adjust.
What is the problem with Zuckerberg? Because the youngest CEO, one of the youngest billionaire, lot of traits that you can talk about Mark Zuckerberg rather than Indira Gandhi, obviously.
So there will be many technical words. So I'm
What is the
finding
problem?
it.
After MBA, if you go into a technical company, are you going to say, I don't know technical words, so I am not fit for this job?
No, sir, but
Then
still no.
no, continue with Mark Zuckerberg only. You will be able to do it. Not an issue.
Okay, sir, done.
Yes. Anybody else who is remaining? I hope.
Sir,
Okay.
me.
Who is this?
Sir, Rashmi. But I'll let you know later, sir.
Yeah. Rashmi. Then I guess there are 2-3 people who said
Rashmi, Tejaswini.
Tejaswini. Yes, Rashmi and Tejaswini, who are going to decide it later. Who is this P? 33.
Sir, it's me, Pragati.
Pragati. Okay. Which leader are you going to choose for your assignments and presentation?
Sir, Abdul Kalam.
Abdul Kalam has already been taken.
Sir, I'll think over it.
Okay, think
Sir,
over it.
Mahatma
And,
Gandhi.
sorry?
Mahatma Gandhi.
All Gandhis, all heroes are been considered.
Sir, I'll think and decide later.
Yeah, fine. No problem. Okay, I hope everybody is completed with them except Tejaswini, Pragati and Rashmi. Okay, so let's start with the class, guys. Let's start with the theory. Okay, whatever I teach, I want you to make notes of it and try to relate each and everything to the to your leader that you have chosen. Okay, that is how it is going to work. So each and every slide that I'm going to deal with should be related to your leader. Like for this particular slide that I have just displayed, okay, it talks about the roles of a leader. So he may be a coach, facilitator, strategist, visionary, change agent. So how your leader has played these roles? He might have played a role as a coach. He might be a facilitator. He might have played a role of a strategist. He might be a visionary. He might be a change agent, or he might have played all the roles in different contexts. Okay, it's not that he plays just one role. He plays n number of roles. So I want you to relate these roles to your own leader with real life examples of that particular leader. Okay, am I clear with this first assignment of yours? Okay, I want you to relate your leader with the different roles that a leader plays. Okay, in terms of giving examples as to, okay, a particular situation where he has shown his quality as a coach, where he or she has shown a quality of a facilitator, as a strategist, etc. Okay, so I want you to relate it to your own leader, and we'll be having a discussion in the next class. Okay, so this is what we completed in the previous class: the roles of a leader as a coach, facilitator, strategist, visionary, change agent, decision maker, influencer, a team player, delegator, or a listener. Okay, today we're going to see the nature, characteristics, or features of a leader. Okay, what are the various features of a leader? Okay, so okay, basically the one characteristic that is more important about the leader is influence the behavior of others. The leader is responsible for influencing the behavior of others. Like leadership is an ability of an individual to influence the behavior of other employees in the organization to achieve common purpose or goal, so that they are willingly cooperating with each other for fulfillment of the same. Okay, so whenever you talk about any leader, okay, let's take example of MS Dhoni, let's take example of Ratan Tata, or for that matter any leader of your choice. The leader examples that you have given, most of them are influencers. They influence their subordinates, they influence the employees in the organization, they influence their team members to achieve a common purpose. Like MS Dhoni influences the team members to win the match. Okay, Ratan Tata influences the employees to work hard to achieve the goals of the organization, and employees blindly follow him. Okay, so in the similar way, most Mahatma Gandhi, okay, people used to blindly follow that ideology. Okay, so that is how they play a role of as an influencer. Okay, so influencing the behavior of others is one of the characteristics of leadership. Next one is interpersonal process. Now, what is this interpersonal process? It is an interpersonal process between the leader and the followers. The relationship between the leaders and the followers decide how efficiently and effectively the targets of the organization would be met. So interpersonal process basically talks about the relationship between the leader and the follower. The better the relationship, the better it is for the organization, and you will be able to achieve the goals of the organization effectively and efficiently. So that is another characteristics of a leader, that is interpersonal process or interpersonal relationships, we can say. Then next one is attainment of common organizational goals. This is very important, guys. Goals should be common. Okay, goals cannot be diversified. Your goal is something else, my goal is something else. We will not be able to achieve the goals in such manner. So goals should be common, so that whatever leader is asking the followers to do, or whatever the leader wants the followers to do, they are doing it, and ultimately both of them are achieving the common goals of the organization. Okay, so the purpose of leader is to guide the people in the organization to work towards attainment of common organizational goals. That is very important. Okay, the leader brings people and their efforts together to achieve common goals. So that is another characteristics of a leader or leadership. Okay, that is attainment of common organizational goals. Then it is a continuous process. A leader or leadership is not a one-time process where you just motivate them and tell them why you're doing it and what is the reason or what are the benefits of doing all these things, and then the people start working. No, it is not going to happen. Okay, it's a continuous process. Okay, a leader has to guide his employees every time and also monitor them in order to make sure that their efforts are going to be in the same direction and they are not deviating from their goals. So it's a continuous process where you keep on monitoring the progress of the employees, keep on motivating them, and ensure that they are not deviating from the targets, and everybody is working towards the same goals and objectives of the organization. So that is why it is called as a continuous process. Next most important is it's a group process. So another characteristics of leadership is it's a group process. Okay, leader cannot be a leader of one person, or leader cannot be a leader of himself. Okay, he is a leader of a group. So it is a group process that involves two or more people together interacting with each other. A leader cannot lead without followers, obviously, right? So it's a group process. Okay, so we have to take the group along with us. That is another characteristics of a leader or leadership. And dependent on situation. Now this is very important, guys. Later in the class or later in the syllabus, we're going to study lots of traits or different types of leaders. Okay, so it is situation born, as it all depends upon tackling the situations present. Okay, thus there is no single best style of leadership. Okay, like there are autocratic leadership, there are democratic leadership. Okay, there are different types of leaders that you can find, and you cannot attribute one particular style to a particular person. Okay, that particular person may follow different styles of leadership in different situations. Okay, you become a different type of leader depending on the situation. If the situation is demands that you need to be autocratic, you become an autocratic. Okay, if it demands that you need to be a democratic leader, then you become a democratic leader. So you cannot say that I am such type of leader. No, it keeps on changing as the situation changes. So it depends on situation. So these are the characteristics of leader, like influencing the behavior of others, interpersonal relationship, attainment of common goals, continuous process, group process, and dependent on situation. Okay, so these are the characteristics or features of leadership, or we can also say nature of leadership. Okay, next one that we're going to study is the levels of analysis of leadership theory. So leadership can be analyzed or understood in three ways, basically: as an individual, as a group, and organizational. These are the levels of leadership analysis. Okay, individual, group, and organizational. So let us try to understand these levels one by one. Okay, first one is leadership paradigms. Okay, now what is this leadership paradigms? Is basically a shared mindset that represents a fundamental way of thinking, like various theories basically. Okay, leadership theory paradigms is basically the various theories that have been developed by various researchers in the area of leadership. Okay, so it's a way of thinking about perceiving, studying, researching, and understanding leadership. So different researchers have tried to perceive, tried to understand, tried to study, or tried to do research on different types of leaders, and they have come up with different types of leadership theories. Okay, so leadership theories have changed in the last 70 years, during which it has been studied. Okay, so earlier the leadership theories were something else. Now the theories have changed. Okay, so it depends. That is what is called as the paradigm shift. Okay, it keeps on changing. So that is what we're going to study in the leadership paradigms, or the leadership theory paradigms. Like, what were the theories earlier which were stated, and what are the theories right now. Okay, the three levels of analysis of leadership theory are individual, group, and organizational. Okay, that we have studied, that we have seen in the previous, this particular image itself, that is individual, group, and organization. Okay, so today in this class we are going to just study these three levels. In the next class we are going to see the leadership theory paradigms, like what are the various theories that were developed by various researchers in terms of leadership, and we're going to deal with it with the theories in detail in the second and the third unit. Okay, so let's start with level 1, that is individual level analysis. Now this focuses on individual leader, the relationship with individual follower. The individual level analysis can be called as a dyadic process. Okay, because it's single process, right? The approach views leadership as a reciprocal influencing process between the leader and the follower. Okay, so basically when we talk about individual level analysis, it talks about one leader, one follower. So what is the relationship between one particular leader and his one follower? Okay, that is what individual analysis talks about. Okay, so there is an implicit assumption that leadership effectiveness can be understood without examining how leader follower influence each other over time. Okay, so that is what is the assumption. And what does this includes? This level focuses on following aspects like basic leadership roles. So what are the roles of a leader, leadership paradigms, and importance of leader, etc. Then what are the various traits that a leader has, like personality traits, and leadership attitudes, ethical leadership, leadership behavior, and it's linked with motivation. How is the behavior of a leader and how it is linked with motivation. So that is studied in this individual analysis. Leadership, there's something called as leadership grid and motivation theory. Okay, so that is what is studied under individual level analysis. Then impact of power, politics, networking, and negotiation of leadership. So when you study all these aspects, you come to know that it's a individual level analysis. If you understand microeconomics, okay, microeconomics is study of one unit, right? That is what we say. Study of individual is micro. So individual analysis of leadership or leadership theories under individual level analysis is also like microeconomics, where it studies only individual, that particular person as an individual. So his traits, his roles, his importance, okay, then his attitudes. So we are focusing only on one particular leader. Okay, we are not focusing on his followers and all. We are just focusing on that particular leader. Okay, so that is what is individual level analysis, where we analyze the leader as an individual. Next one is group level analysis. That is the second level of analysis of leadership theory, focused on relationship between leader and a collective group of followers. So here comes the relationship between the two. Here we do not just treat the leader as an individual. We do not analyze the leader as an individual, but we analyze the relationship between the leader and the follower. Okay, so if you see the various aspects that are studied or analyzed in this particular level is communication skill of the leader. Now, why communication is required? Okay, it's in level 2, it is not in level 1, because communication comes when two people are there. Now that means you are trying to understand the relationship between the two people. So communication skill, feedback, coaching, and leadership. Role of leader in managing conflicts. Now when does conflict comes? When there is a group. Okay, then psychological contracts between the leader and the follower. Okay, collaborating and conflict management style models, leader follower relations, followership and delegation. How do you delegate work? Now again, if you see this, these are the various aspects that we have to study as a group. Okay, it cannot be studied as an individual. So this comes in level 2. So group focuses theories, they are called as group focus theories. Okay, so theories focus on how a leader contributes to group effectiveness here. Whereas in the previous one, it was just an individual. The approach, this approach views leadership as a reciprocal influencing process between leader and the follower. Okay, so that is how they are differentiated. Okay, so types of teams and decision making in teams, leadership skills for effective team meetings, and self-managed teams. So these are the various aspects that are considered in level 2 analysis, that is group level of analysis. Okay, are you all clear with this? Are you all understanding the 2 analysis? The first analysis talks of leader as an individual. So the analysis only focuses on the single leader as an individual. So his traits, his decisions, his roles, his importance, etc., etc., etc. Second one talks about the level 2 analysis, that is group level analysis, which talks more about the leader and the group. What is the relationship between the leader and the group? So it talks about the communication skills, feedback, coaching, roles of a leader in managing conflicts, psychological contracts, leader follower relations, etc. So here we are talking about group. Okay, and the last type of analysis, that is level 3 analysis, is the organizational level analysis. Now what happens in organizational level analysis? Okay, the second level of analysis of leader theory focuses, sorry, it's not second, by mistake, it's third level. Okay, the third level of analysis of leadership focuses on organization. Okay, this level is called as organizational process. Okay, so organizational performance is long run depends on effectively adapting the environment and acquiring the necessary skills, blah blah blah, whatever is there. Okay, so if you see the various aspects that are covered in the third level of analysis, that is organizational level analysis, it talks about charismatic leader. It talks about transformational. What are you going to transform? You're going to transform the organization. Transactional leader. Okay, basically, how are you basically transacting with the followers, and how are you going to transact? Basically, change the entire organization. That is called as transactional leadership. Stewardship and servant leadership, and role of leaders in creating high performance work cultures. Okay, then value-based leadership. So all these aspects focus on organization now. Okay, first one was individual, second one was group, third one is organization, like what is the leader and how he is influencing the organization, or how he is trying to basically focus on achieving the goals of the organization is what is dealt in the third level. Okay, so much of the current research at organization level focuses on how top level managers can influence organizational performance. So in the first and the second level, if you see, we never spoke about performance, we never spoke about organizational performance, but third level talks about organizational performance, and that is how this analysis differ. First is individual, second is group, third is organizational. So are you all clear with this? We are left with less than a minute, so I'll stop sharing over here. If you're clear with this, give a thumbs up. If not, we can take it in the next class again. Okay, guys, great. I hope you have given your attendance as well. Okay, so we'll stop the class over here. In the next class, we'll again go back to